Well, good morning, everybody. This is Sunday morning at Nutmeg Curling Club. This is the first draw of the Sunday finals of the Neon 2020 Juniors Bonspiel. This is the fourth, fifth, and sixth event finals. Just started on the ice. Apologise for missing the first couple of blocks. We had a little technical difficulties when the commentator unplugged the system. So he's learned that and won't do that again. On the sheets today, let me get up and tell you what events we have on. We've got all three sheets playing. On sheet A, the fifth event final, that is the boys in blue from Nutmeg playing against OCD, Obsessive Curling Disorder, out of Broomstones. On sheet C, we have the sixth event, which is Team Nutmeg, that's Patrick Libby's rink, playing against the Hackers, which is Ivy Neal's team. And on sheet B, in the middle, we have the fourth event final for pins, that is Norfolk 1 versus the Dunham rink out of Schenectady. We'll give you the scoring as we're going. Well, it looks like we're into pretty much vice blocks across the rinks.
No, I'm talking about Julia. That was her first vlog. No, she. No, I
Here on sheet C, we have a clean house at the moment. Some centerline guards, and looks as though the Hackers Vice is being called to draw around. Over on sheet B, looks like yellow is sitting just the one, just in the 8 foot. Top of the 8 foot looks pretty open. A number of guards. Sheet C, the Boomstones team playing the Red Rocks looks in pretty good position here. They have hammer. Looks like they're sitting 3. So we're coming up to first skip box. Sheet C, the Hackers Vice block went to the house. Nutmeg looking to remove it. Lower Cats going for the hit. Gets the hit on the inside and a nice roll undercover to the edge of the 4 foot. Just undercover here. It's been a long weekend of curling. This is everybody's 4th game. Everybody played one on draw on Friday night, 2 yesterday, and then last night the kids got to have fun in the glow in the dark curling. Everybody played at least 4 ends. Some subs. I know Ivy Neal was one of them. Played 8 ends. I was there. I was running that event, and the kids had a blast. Don't think I've ever heard the rink quite as noisy, and we even had music playing. So a lot of fun was had. Ivy's first lock here. Looks like she's calling for the draw. Lock's underway. We'll take a look at the far houses. Just going a little heavy here. It's going just through the house. Patrick sweeping, and that's
good line.
Patrick Libby in the house here. The lefty out of Nutmeg. looking for the same shot as Ivy was going for, which is a little heavy. Nutmeg do have hammer, so he can afford to. If he's a little light, he'll guard, which it looks like he's definitely going to be light. No, can't cancel that thought. Furious Sweeping Patrick has joined in and is getting it well into the 12 foot. But he's just biting 8 foot. Top fairly, yeah, pretty much well covered. So the hacker skip Ivy's going to have a same shot she just tried, where she was just a little heavy. So hopefully she's got a feel for the ice. And the good news for her, though she doesn't have hammer, there's a bunch of guards for her to hide around. And across the sheets on sheet B, yellow, which is the Schenectady team, are sitting 2. Looks as though the red is going to call for the draw. Yellow walks away here on C. Sweepers are on it quickly. Yeah, it's just going to come up just and go. So Patrick's going to have a draw to touch paint for 3. Going pretty wide. It's going to be pretty slow out there. On sheet B, Rachel's draw came up, I suspect, just a little wide and heavy. I think that's probably one, looked like one Schenectady. They cleared the rocks already. Sheet A is just clearing the rocks, and I'm not sure how many red scored, but it was more than one. Probably could have been 3 red. We'll wait for them to hang the score. Schenectady did take a steal one on sheet B in the 4th event final. And looks as though Patrick's draw on C just came up a little light, so it's going to be 2. So not, Brimstone's out to a swift 5-0 lead on sheet A. So we'll switch to the first ends all played at pretty much the same pace. So we have lead rocks coming in on both. On sheet B, Schenectady put up a nice tight center guard. Broomstone's lead just hogged it. Sweepers were on it quickly, but couldn't get it into the over the hog line. That's hog, unfortunately, just on sheet C. Sheet A, Nutmeg are going to need some guards to. It's going to come into the house, and Thomas Luke is just a little heavy with his guard, just leaks into the top 8. Warm room, pretty well. A lot of parents here this morning. I imagine we have a 12 o'clock draw for the first, second, and third event finals. Probably be a lot busier then, and a lot noisier. And we'll have the 4th sheet running on Nutmeg at 9:30, all the way from Canada, when the early draw of the Scotties comes on. Early locks here on the second end across the sheets. Got locks in play on all of them. Grace just a little heavy on her second shot. Thomas, I'm not sure what the call was, but Thomas Lucas, my son, puts the second one in the house. just tapped the red that was sitting back 8. Broomstone's going for the hit. Not surprising with a good lead, and they make the hit and spill the two backers out. So
I think Zoe. I think that's Zoe. I think so. I was but yeah, I think Zoe.
breakfast being served here. Being a juniors event, the bar is not open. So nutmeggers, don't come down expecting to get your Sunday Bloody Marys. It's a dry Sunday here at Nutmeg, at least till this evening anyway. Let's take a closer look at the houses now. So on A, we have Broomstone sitting back 4 with Lily Gladys calling for, I think, a guard. I know it's early ends, but with a 5-0 lead, I would be tempted to hit that yellow instead. Obviously, maybe worried about the jam. On let's have a look at. Here we are on B. We have yellow sitting 1 just in the half in the 8 foot with a back 12.
Right. No, I mean.
And here on C, with 2 yellows in play, 2 yellows sitting 1-2. Red, I think draws behind and draws the 4 foot, almost touching the button, but it's probably see about a half of that lock. So a downweight hit is probably what she's calling up. She's looks like she's something around hack weight. I think will just come up to this and roll to the. You can roll to the sort of the back 8 and be sitting 3. This is going to over curl, and maybe there's a run back here. If she gets over to the yellow. Oh, you know what? Just slid it back, pushes it to back 4, and wide open now. I think her shot, I think the delivered lock just biting there. So Patrick, I think, is calling for the guard. Nutmeg does not have hammer, so he's looking to protect that rock, which is just biting the 4 foot. Just keep an eye on this sheet as we're getting into vice blocks here. across the sheets. That's a pretty good guard. I think she can probably see a good half of that. Parents here umming and ahhing over what the shot should be. You get a decent amount of curl towards the wall, so looks like she's coming probably with draw weight. Maybe just try to bump it back. Yeah, the angle raise could be. I think it's maybe going to over curl for that. It was the right weight. It was just right, yeah. But, and she taps it to the button. Well, there's always a plan B, sometimes a C, and I've been known to throw a D every now and again, so they'll take that. Yes, Ivy, you get to listen to this when you get home, so. You know what, though, fair dues to the skip, because she realised that it was wide.
He might double his own rocks out.
No, it's. I'm not sure what the shot was being called, but I know that wasn't it. That's changed things up. Unfortunately, Lava was heavy there and actually took out her guard and rolled. So at the moment, Nutmeg is sitting shot, but wide open.
Going for the freeze.
This, yeah, I'm not sure I would go for the. I think I'd prefer the hit here.
Right.
Because if you freeze to them, then they'll freeze to you, and then all of a sudden they can unload yours at the back once they get rid of theirs. So.
It's going to be light and dark. Better let it hog.
Yeah. It's not. They're sweeping it over. It's open. It's actually quite. It's high, and that's still, that rock is pretty much all open. Let's look at the other sheets. Over on sheet B, we have red sitting 1. Schenectady throwing the yellow rocks 2 and 3. Red does have a hammer. On sheet A, let's have a look at what A looks like. Sheet A looks as though Nutmeg throwing the yellow rocks is sitting 1 and guarded. I think we're down to final skips rock, so it's Riley Gladys's last rock coming. With a 5-0 lead, I think he might just be looking to. I'm not sure he can. It'd be tough to get to shot, but I think he probably wants to put up the guard to protect his second. His second rock is just back 4, almost in the 8 foot, and I would imagine could be at least half of it is open. So. He actually went for the tap, and that's heavy. The good news is he's actually left himself guarded. So sheet B, yellow. The Schenectady team tapped up and tapped to full 8 in his shot rock. That's and behind guard as well. So that's really nothing. So Rachel's going to have, I think, just a draw to the. She's going to be basically touching 4 foot for the one. It's going to. Let's keep an eye on Rachel's draw here. Sweepers are off it for the moment. Looks a little frisky. This is hammer, I believe, and that's going to squirt through, and that's going to be a steal of 1, I believe. Yeah, it's going to be a steal of 1 on B. Schenectady goes up 2-0 there. I didn't see what happened on A. Pardon me. Given a scenario, I think it was probably 1 yellow, 1 nutmeg. So let's we'll focus on C for the moment. They are just coming towards the end of their. This is Patrick's time. Ivy Neal asking if we're running the clock. We're not running the clock in the finals. Just asking them to politely keep the game going. So on C, Nutmeg sitting 1. Pretty open though. So the guard is definitely the the shot here. With the Hackers, the Philly Potomac team, in the 2-3, so definitely needs to guard that. This is quite wide. He's got to get inside of that, curl around, and that's really hasn't changed the situation much because basically behind what was the high yellow guard already. Depends here really what if Ivy Neal, the Hacker skip, can bring some weight, she can probably come through that port. Grace Libby saying good morning to me. Good morning, Grace Libby. How are you? It'll be 3. They're sitting, yeah. The Hackers are sitting at 2-3 at the moment. The parents sending positive vibes out onto the ice. And this is all about what weight she's comfortable throwing. She's obviously got to move the shot block. Just needs to bump it back. It's a fairly tight port, but it's definitely there.
She's trying to come through that port.
Yeah, she's going to come through the port. With that broom, she's going to be throwing fairly hack, I hope. Yeah, I would. As I've learned to agree with the mum. You can just play heavy draw, and you can play back line at this, but it's going to be on the guard.
It was too much. And it was too light.
So that's going to be a steal of 1 for Nutmeg on sheet C. Puts them up 3-0. Early here still. Looking across the other sheets, they are in the third end over on sheet A. I believe the score is 5-1. I think Nutmeg definitely scored in the second end. I think it was a 1. Broomstone sitting on the button. The shot was it's open, but looks like Drew The Nutmeg second was just a little wide on that and flashed through. On sheet B, we've got a couple of guards just off center and a high corner guard as well. And we're going to plug it up even more with another just off center guard. So guards in play on B. Schenectady throwing the yellow locks is up 2-0 on that over against Norfolk. And sheet C, first lead lock is just underway. Let's go live this time. I might try and get a couple of parents on the mic later for some color commentary, because I know you'll get bored of listening to me eventually. So, if you have any questions, you can pose them to us, and
I'll answer.
well, exactly. Good luck, Remy, from Cindy McGreevy. Thank you very much, Cindy, for watching us. The way this thing generally works is most of the views happen after the event when the kids get home, and then they listen to what I had to say about them. Apparently, you can send your criticisms to me later, or I will be at Schenectady in 3 weeks. I think Schenectady 3 weeks. The boys in blue will be up there. I think Nutmeg has 2 teams going up there. 24 teams I hear at Schenectady signed up. Yeah, a full slate. So it's a great. Looking forward to that. And then the week after that is the Broomstones Bantams, which is for. There was a debate whether it was 15 and under or 16 and under last night. Anybody want to offer an opinion? Anyway, it's definitely for someone of that age group. So. My son's actually going to be playing with some Broomstones kids, and that actually, ironically, he's going to be playing with the back end of the team he's playing on the ice against at the moment on sheet A. So it's a good camaraderie amongst the juniors circuit. We seem to see the same players and the same parents every 2 weeks, and we all get to know each other. And most of them still talk to me, so I must have done something right. Everyone, sheet A, a pretty aggressive game being played here. We've got a lot of locks in play. We've got two centerline guards. We've got 4 locks in the house. Looks like Norfolk, Broomstones is 1 and certainly 1 and probably 1-2. I think that one is out counting the back 8. Nutmeg sitting 3-4. The Nutmeg Vice being asked for a hit here. Sweepers are on it hard. Thomas Lucas and Drew Dunning, who are 2 very effective sweepers, and that's a very nice hit by Michael. The Nutmeg Vice hit it and just tapped over to the into the 4-foot. I think probably still sitting. I think that's probably second lock. I think the Broomstones lock is probably pretty much on the pin. Riley, I think, realizing that he's got to try and guard that one, because with the yellow being in front of it, they could tap that out, and then Nutmeg will be sitting 3. Sheet B, Norfolk has 1 red in the 8-foot. It's just off the center line and just open. Probably see about 3/4 of that lock. Schenectady up 2-0, throwing the yellow locks there. And here on sheet C, Nutmeg up 3-0 in the third end. This end is being played in the back of the house.
That's good. She had all that.
Zach, the Nutmeg second, who I will remind at juniors practice next week to get his knee off the ice. Delivers the lock. Again, that was a little heavy, just over the back line. This in play at the back here should certainly favour the Hackers with no guards and certainly access here. Looks like the shot is to curl into the pocket of two red locks, which I think has a yellow backer as well. So a lot of locks there. Norfolk now sitting 1-2 on sheet B, and they have hammer, so this end's shaping up well to possibly get a deuce and tie this one up. She see the Hackers lock came to sit just biding the top four, but is open. There's no guards in play. Patrick called for the hit on that, which Lara makes and just misses the back double. Yeah, the shot here has to be the hit. The trouble she's going to face is there is a lot of catches at the back. So rocks away. She might be just a little wide. And she actually flashes the house and goes through. Patrick, I imagine now calling for the guard. Patrick actually called for the hit on the back yellow, and that was made. So yellow is sitting probably could be 3-4, I think, at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. But everything is open. There's no guards. Over on sheet B, Norfolk actually who was sitting in a good position. Didn't see how that ended, but scored a 3, and that puts them into a 3-2 lead over the Dunham rink out of Schenectady. Sheet A, Bloomstones is sitting 1, possibly 2. Tough to see whether that top red is out counting that yellow. Both of them are somewhat in the forefoot. If I were a gambling man, I would say it's too red at the moment. she'd see. I think the hackers called for a draw down to that back four red, but came up light, and they've put up a corner guard. It's really not in the way. It's in the way of the draw path, but certainly not of the hit path. A lot of debate over here now. I'm going to put my 2 cents in and say I would just hit at the top red. Yeah, it's Ivy, I know you're going to listen to this, and I think there's general consensus that maybe drawing the other way would make sense because you have all the backing behind you. This way you're going to flirt with the yellow guard. And the perfect shot does freeze on that back yellow, back red, pardon me. So on sheet A, it was 2 red, so that makes it 7-1. Brimstone's over Nutmeg. Ivy Neal with a very smooth slide. Rocks away. General consensus here is that might be light, and a guard is not what we need here, unfortunately for yellow. All the 3 sweepers on it.
Smart call over here is top 12 on
anything blocking the path.
top 12.
Yes.
Anything blocking the path.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, he can only block. He can either block the hit, which is what I would do. So you put the off-center guard up. Even if the trouble is, if she noses the top red, she will not be shot unless she can double out the back, because that top red is only just. I think that 3, 4. there's at least.
That is why.
There's close to 200 pounds of granite. Oh yeah, that's back there. Okay, parents, it's pick your shot time.
Yeah.
If you were presented with this, there's a general feeling of goodness that she's coming on the right side of the sheet. A draw down to those what do we call a collection of rocks? Some of the gaggle of rocks. What do we want to call them? A party of rocks. I like that. A party of red rocks.
It's a squad, actually.
I'm trying to think whether the weight of the rocks at the back is more than me or not at the moment. So.
Well, wait a minute.
There's 4, maybe 5.
There are 4.
Is there 4 in this case? Then no, it's I've got it by quite a lot.
More than me.
But a draw down to that will be shot because that top red is not even quite full into the top 8. So this will be. It will curl late on this line.
Wait.
Obviously, you can afford to be.
There you go. There you go, girl. Keep it.
Yeah, it'll curl late on this line.
Pass the front one.
It's looking good if they. It's looking real good if they can just get it past that top red.
Come on.
Very nice shot.
Did you get it?
Yep, shot. And I think we may even get a Mexican wave here in the warm room.
What's the Mexican?
No, yeah, there we go.
What's the Mexican wave?
Apparently a Mexican wave is one person putting their arms up here. Anyway, we're going to give Ivy... Yeah, that is a teenager ignoring her parents. But a nice shot by Ivy there against what was possibly 4 or 5, and she drew to the back and takes her 1. All right, let's show some love to the other sheets now. No, well, that's a biased opinion. Oh, exactly.
Yeah, they're like silent.
No, I think what happens is it's me who kind of inspires you on, right? No, fair enough.
I'll say yes for the.
Nigel Lucas, don't take too much credit.
Maybe the other parents aren't curlers.
So let's on sheet B, Norfolk up 3-2. Schenectady has hammer. We have just off center guard and a Norfolk rock in the just in the top 8.
Look at that. That's really nice.
Over on sheet A, we have 2 red. I don't know what the shot called on A was, but it actually worked out really well, except for taking the guard out. But A setting up well for a nutmeg deuce. They have a split house, both in the 8-foot. Riley Gladys with a big 7-1 lead, so no need to be doing anything except hitting things. His vice, Chris, with the hit, and it is just peels the guard out. All right, well, Nutmeg with a chance now to. It's calling for the guard. Yeah, it's very easy from the warm room. I think every curler in the warm room can agree that they have never missed a shot from back here.
Same shot is always hard.
You know what? That is I always say, what is the hardest shot in curling? Do it exactly the same as you just did. The other great adage, of course, is how do you make a great second shot? Completely miss your first shot. So the hacker's first rock found his way to the back button, and second rock is pretty over curled a little bit, but it's sitting 2, top 8. We have a nutmeg red in the back corner 12. Sheet A, I think, unfortunately, I just missed what must have been a nice double because there was 3 yellows and now there's 1 yellow and 1 red. So with my Oxford education, I can calculate that must have been a double. So it's going to not. Is it going to stick though?
Yep.
It is going to stick. So that's actually. Yep. Just caught the corner of that red, hit it out, and is sitting 2 again. So it's looking, but there's definitely a double there. Hit that top yellow just off nose, and you can double those out.
Not easy.
No doubles are easy unless they're right next to each other. Even then, I can miss it. Sheet B is definitely shaping up with some. We've got Schenectady with hammer sitting 1 in the 8-foot with 3 reds scattered around the house.
Heavy draw down this way would have been a better shot.
Or maybe a guard. They don't have hammer, right? Yellow has red has hammer.
Yes, red. But Ivy's going.
So on sheet A, obviously the double was missed, but the hit was made. So 1 yellow is out. Boomstone's sitting shot, back button. No guards in play, so we just have the 2 rocks in the house. Sheet B, Yes, yes. You just move it back about an inch. That's all. You move it back about.
We're not moving.
Yes. There you go. Exactly. Yep. I think that's fair. On sheet A, the Jackson just misses the hit.
Well, no, this is good. At least she's coming to this side. They're on the side of wide.
Yep, yep. This is a good plan B or plan C. If she's a little heavy, she will come down to the catches.
Looks like we might get that. No, it's over curling.
This actually might just work nicely, actually, because I think if you just get the separation, we can go to the overhead. Would that?
We have it. It's the red.
It's one of them.
Yeah,
Yellow is yes. Yep. 1-3 with lots of jam possibilities here. So we'll keep an eye on this. Zach, now I can say this is Zach's first year of curling, the second on this team, and that hit's going to be just catches the back one. Now this kind of adds the pressure here because you're sitting shot with no backing, no guards, and four other reds in the house. So I think she's calling for the freeze here to the two reds. Sheet B. Yeah, you just.
Come on.
Yeah. Logcat's been called for the hit on the shot log. Yep, the sweeper's trying to just keep this out because there's lots of blocks at the back to jam on. I think she's just going to get it boom side, which will work just fine. That's. Yeah, the shot here is to try and freeze, but it's okay to be a little heavy because it'll just bump. They're always going to have these back reds to freeze on if necessary. Sheet over on sheet A, I think Jackson made the hit for the one, so it's 7-2.
Oh, the weight was perfect.
Yeah, I actually would have left that higher because then you would have given more chance of the jam. So she's put it in there for second shot, but it's wide open. Patrick calling for the hit. Lara Katz, who's going to U18 nationals with playing lead for a team out of Bloomstones. She makes the hit perfectly. Now, I would never jinx anything here, but
They're looking
there is that has just been pointed out that there are 6 red rocks thrown and 6 red rocks in the house. Looks like she's not messing around with any drawing or freezing here. This is going to be a hit. A little nose hit can get double those out, or double something out. There's enough catches at the back here to move. And sheet. We'll stay on sheet C here. Looking across, Norfolk has come storming back after being down 2-0 after 2 ends to steal 4 in the fourth to make that 7-2. Well, that's no, I don't know. What do you think? I'm going to say, well, I'm looking at the camera, which is off. I say that, but it's not going to matter because it's they're not going to play anything else out that way, and that yellow is always going to outcount that red. Because if they take that yellow, they most likely touch the red on the way through.
well, red's sitting
Red is sitting 2, yes. Yeah.
better than 6.
Good mathematical skills being shown here in the warm room. That when you're on the short end of it, 2 is better than 6. It's a bit like the adage. Well, we held them to 4. Patrick with his what has been likened to Spider-Man delivery, he gets very low. If I got that low, the next thing somebody would be helping me off the ice. No, it's Patrick got hit. No, Drew.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick is a very low. So Patrick has put up a high guard here, but the shot rock is definitely open.
No.
Yeah, you can't get to you can't draw to that shot rock because that yellow is in the way. The guard, that yellow guard is down the draw path. So you have to come with exactly. General philosophy in the warm room is tighten the ice up a bit. Come with you've almost got to throw hack at that at least to skinny that guard and to get the this line. As somebody who curls here, it does run a little straight. Oh.
Sweep it. Sweep it. Sweep it.
Yeah, I think that's second rock. Yeah, that's definitely second rock. So chipping away at it. Patrick's now going to have to decide here, does he draw a guard or does he hit what is 2? And I think he's opting for the hit on 2 on the second rock. Sheets on sheet A, Chris, the Boomstone's Vice just made a nice double. They do have points to play with. They are up 7-2 and with hammer. They're sitting a shot just behind T. Second rock is Nutmeg yellow, which looks like it's just biting the forefoot. Sheet B, pardon me, I see 3 Norfolk rocks, all back 4. Yeah, they're taking out the yellow.
One.
Right, no.
One versus 8.
So what was a potential 8-ender ends up with a 1 for the Nutmeg wink. I think the hackers are relieved to walk away with the force there.
Refresh.
And yeah, exactly. And the parents are taking a 4th end break.
Where's that bar when you need it?
So over on sheet A, the Vice was asked to come with a high weight, heavyweight, going for a double, and I think just managed to double out his own box.
What do we got goodies over there?
Oh, there's goodies.
Banana bread?
No, I'm good, but thank you. I think they're trying to bribe the commentators nice things with banana bread. So on sheet B, we have Schenectady, I think, sitting 1 with 4 Norfolk rocks, all behind T. Schenectady does have hammer. Norfolk shooting now. Sheet C, 4-1 Nutmeg over the hackers. We have a big guard, which I think probably was a little tight from Nutmeg and just over curled. Where would you like it to be?
B or C. Or B or A.
We don't have B. You can have far B. That's all you can have.
Far A or far B?
No, we don't. Far A camera is non-functional. If I got you a ladder, would that make you happy?
No, but that makes me happy.
Because there's nothing like being suspended about 20 feet over an ice rink. That's a nice shot.
Yeah.
So we'll just show you. This is the Norfolk Schenectady game. Norfolk sitting 1, 2, 3, I think. Schenectady with hammer and shooting now. Sheet A, Nutmeg sitting 1, 2, 3. Riley Galatis with hammer with his first rock, looking for some form of hit to move some yellow granite around, and has moved 1. Move out the way. Yes, 1. Nutmeg still sitting 1, 2, but in definitely dub out scenario for Broomstones. It's going to be Jackson's first rock. It's got a choice here. Pretty put up the guard. Yes. Putting up the guard, trying to steal. The other option is you could, I guess, hit the that red in the 8-foot. Look at that. Sheet B, we are coming up to final skip rock, so we're going to put some focus on here. Everybody's looking now, thinking, I wonder who shot. I would say there's a possibility we end up with a measure here, so maybe I will go and get somebody who will be ready. Let's see what happens here. This is Norfolk Skip's last rock. Yellow has hammer. Schenectady. She is going to be, I think, just sort of heavy and wide, and well, there we go. Well, there we go. So that's taken the. It's sitting 2 red, but yellow has hammer. Yeah. So I imagine they're going to just try. Well, the shots. I think just looking to come with what looks to be that broom sort of heavy draw. Don't think. I don't think there's a chance really to get two here. On sheet A, this is Riley Gladys' last shot. Jackson's little guard, probably just a little closer than he'd have wanted, but looks like Nutmeg is sitting 1-2. No, I think it's 1-2. I think that's a yellow. I think the red on the outside outcounts the top yellow. But it's a hit. Rocks away. Sweepers, no sweepers are looking at it. And we have a steal of 1, I think, for Nutmeg. I think on sheet A. On sheet B, that was a steal of 2 for Norfolk. Here on sheet C, the Hackers are sitting 1-2 behind guards, but back of T. Zach, the Nutmeg second, throwing a downweight hit that is going to take out the back. That's a pretty nice shot. Takes out the back yellow and is in for a second shot. That shot lock of I'm going to wander down and talk to some other parents. The Philly and parents have been. We're going to wander down to sheet A. We have the Broomstones Nutmeg battle going on. Nutmeg trying to pull it back here. They were down 7-1 earlier, down 7-3 now. Something that my son is not going to like, but he's shooting now, so I'm going to critique his shot. This is a good way for teenagers to learn. Especially as we're getting on a plane to Florida tomorrow, so. Oh, I commentated on it from over there. Guard's going to just over curl a little bit here. But if he just ticks that over, well, that's okay. Two Nutmeg with two guards. On sheet B, early end. Norfolk with a just a biter on the top 12. Here on A, we're going to be definitely. It's going to be a race to the 4-foot, I imagine, behind the guards. And now we're going to add another guard to the scenario. Jackson calling for a draw behind, switching to the other side, which is a good call because if he's a little narrow, he can get the tap here. All of these teams will see each other in 3 weeks at Schenectady, I imagine, and definitely into. Oh, you're not getting Schenectady. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm being summoned back by the very needy mother of the hackers. I'm only joking, dear. Yeah, well, that's a fair point. Well, I was because these are early ends. You don't want to watch your.
I don't know how to switch it.
We're looking at the near houses here, and you can yes, you can watch the. So you've worked out this is the live one, and that's the on deck.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That's the one that everybody can see, and then that's the one I can switch to. Nobody else can see that except us.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
So this is the one which is being streamed,
Ah,
and then that's the one I can switch,
oh,
and then there's all the other options below. If that makes sense.
Okay. She must be so sad.
Walking next to
Oh, look, she's so sad. Oh, she's so bummed.
So something that happens every now and again on sheet A, but I think the Nutmeg second through the wrong color. That is not an offense per se, so we'll just switch them around. The shot stands. Nice shot on sheet B. The Schenectady taking out the Norfolk Rock to sit back.
what about your toe?
We have some sort of medical issue here on Camille, who I believe was a winner or recipient of one of the Good Sportsman Awards.
Yes. Yes, if they see on
The good news was that award was not had anything to do with the Iowa caucus polling, so we believe it was true and fair. I'd like to point out I am an American citizen, so
no judgment. Voice of your huge audience. Of course, right in my mind was like asshole.
yes. Hopefully the microphone didn't pick that up. This is PG rated, children. We have 9 people watching at the moment. This could be exactly. So feel free to give a shout out to your commentator here, Nigel Lucas. Available for weddings, bar mitzvahs, and birthday parties. Back to the curling. We're into skip rocks. Let's have a look at what's going on sheet C. We're into skip rocks. This is Ivy Neal's first rock. Yellow, sitting one, well undercover, but in the 8 foot and back. Definitely protected. Sweepers on this hard. Putting up a guard. Yeah, that's going to, I think we can definitely say that shot lock is not going anywhere. So it's going to be a question of can Patrick outdraw that? Looking out across the other sheets, sheet A, we have nothing in the house, but we have a few guards. Sheet B, Norfolk went for a tapped it, but just not quite far enough to be shot. So Schenectady sitting shot at the moment, the back button. Yep. So we'll just keep an eye on the on far C as we Ivy's about to. She's sitting one at the moment. No danger of really messing that up. She's got to draw for two. She can be a bit heavy. There is two red backers, back 12, and she can sit on one of those and be second lock. Sheet B things have changed a little bit. I think Nutmeg now has two locks in the house, back 12 and a biter. All right, we're all set here on sheet C. She has to tighten up there. That's okay. Deep breaths all around, and that's just in the warm room. Now we're taking more ice. Okay, let's have a reset here.
It's like the airplane.
Do they speak the same language on the team?
Oh my goodness.
I think Ivy's just going to pick her own broom and just throw it.
If you say, give me a little more ice. A little more is like maybe an inch, not like 6.
There we go. All right. Well, the lock's away. The team decided on the broom.
No, she was on the broom.
It will move. It will move late. All right. Finding she's not heavy and overswept it. Yeah,
If she had less ice.
Yeah, well, and there's an adage there which I can't say on the public either. Involves aunts and uncles. So that's one yellow, which makes the score 4-2. A close affair. Let's take a look at the near sheets now. Sheet B. Let's have a look at sheet B because we have a lot of locks in the house here. Schenectady yellow is sitting shot back 4. Norfolk is 2-3 by the looks of it, and I think this is. Schenectady has hammer. Certainly could do with scoring more than one here. This is the Norfolk skips last lock, and then we've got the Schenectady skip lock to come. Norfolk skip lock. Rachel's lock is away here. I think she was going for the draw. Looks a little heavy. Sweepers have no interest in looking at it. And it's going to just scoot through the house and squeaks out the back. So Schenectady skip now. Looking at his shot, really only has one choice here. Pretty safe for his one, but certainly looking to get 2, and there's no way for him to get more than that. Not entirely sure what the debate is because there's really only one shot, which is the draw. Needs to get basically full 4, half 4 will probably do. On sheet, let's just look over across the near sheets because I think this is Broomstone's Riding Gladys' last shot on sheet A. He's got a draw. There's 2 Nutmeg yellows in the house. The closest is just about biting the 8 foot, so he's got most of the house to play with. Sweepers are on it. Sweepers are off it. He's tapping, and it is going to be just shot lock. That's one red, I think. Yep. Did anybody see on sheet B what happened? Did they get the 2 or? No, I pay all these people to look, and they just they come for the weekend. They're watered and fed, and they're not there with the information. Then, however, my trusty roving reporter is coming back with the information. It was 1 yellow. Okay, so Schenectady scores their 1, making it 9-3 on the 4th event final.
Well, you know, this is it was a that's actually a beautiful it's really hard. It's not
No, I'm not.
but it's really
I think when you have a shot named after you, you've pretty much perfected it. We're talking about the which is the ticking the guard, which is putting up a center guard, and then the other team, instead of curling around it or putting up a corner guard, will tick it out of the way. Often putting their own into a corner guard, maybe 2 corner guards, maybe in the house, etc. Made famous by Lisa Weagle, and hence it is now called the Weagle. Yeah, plays lead for Rachel Holman, who is playing up in the Scotties, which I believe is on TV. We're looking at Canadian tire commercials at the moment. So, anybody know who the feature game is on there at the moment?
Yeah, I've definitely noticed.
Exactly.
you're crazy, Mr. Lucas.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know about Zach, but Zach looks like he's trying to sweep. Yeah. I can never tell if that.
My son Thomas Lucas in the hack on sheet A.
Finally, looking fine.
Yes, he looks like his mother, fortunately.
So this looks like a nice draw.
Not just to make this actually.
No, overcurling.
Okay, I'm getting my son. He's going to look for me now. He has the classic lead mentality of he gets to play 1 or 2 hits a game, and at the end of the game he'll remember the hits and can't remember the guards he had to put up. Sheet C here right in front of me. We are still fairly early. Yellow has 1 lock in the forefoot, somewhat guarded, and I think it's going to be even more guarded now after this. So,
Yeah, but that's a good shot.
yeah, that's a nice guard. Yep,
That's
yep,
underlying guard.
yep.
Very good.
I think she's right about her hair, Mum. Okay, so seriously. Are you going to be at Schenectady in 3 weeks?
We're at Walt Disney World.
We're going to Disney tomorrow. We are flying to Disney tomorrow.
Julia and Emma will be
Okay,
at as well as 2 of the Penn team.
right. Yes, the Lucas clan are headed to Florida tomorrow. This is a nice draw coming in on sheet B, on sheet A, C, pardon me, right in front of me. Just the light. Yes. I'm not sure what she's thinking here, but the shot here is most likely the guard. She doesn't have. Ivy doesn't have hammer. Thinking about maybe trying to outdraw for 2.
Alberta and Quebec.
Alberta and Quebec. Quebec is who's yeah, exactly. I go by Skip's names. My knowledge of who represents which province is somewhat limited.
Prevent them from having it. But it might end up.
I was gonna say it might
Gonna overthrow it all, I think. Don't
make
sweep
the
it anymore.
window less. They don't know.
Cindy McGreevy, who is definitely a Schenectady fan, so it's on the guard.
I feel like I'm a really no idea what
There, exactly. It can make smart people have complete brain, you know what, every now and again. I skip on Sunday mornings, and often I decide the shot, and then somebody will say to me, "What about the one over there?" I'm like, "Oh, I didn't see that." The rock has apparently become invisible to me. It's good. It's a good lesson for young curlers as well, is to sort of go behind the hack, have a look at the entire sheet, especially in point shot, then go forward, look at it from the hog line in, so you can see the whole sheet. You can become very sort of myopic and focused on one area of the sheet. We'll just keep an eye on this, and then we'll switch to the far houses where we have some locks in play.
Something like Peru.
Uh,
Walker.
so looking at the far houses, Norfolk sitting 1 with hammer in the back forefoot. Over on sheet A, Nutmeg with hammer is sitting 1, 2, 3, but looks like everything's behind T and no guards. So there's definitely a hit coming. When you're up 8-3, you want to hit stuff. No, because I think still it knows the inside yellow. Norfolk drew in for a second red. We'll keep an eye on. What I'll do is I'll queue up on. We'll just wait for this shot here on. That's an interesting. I'm not sure what the shot was on A, but it does. They've drawn in now, so Broomstones is sitting 1. They're sitting. Nutmeg has 2, 3, and 4 locks. The obvious thing is to hit here. Over here on sheet C, right in front of us, game being played at a slightly slower pace. We have a bunch of guards out there. Yellow is shot just behind T in full 4, with 1 red just biting the forefoot top. Nutmeg throwing the red rocks does have hammer, so what's the? Are they going for the hit here? I think. Yeah, it looks like it with that broom. So
I think a down.
if you could just get to the nose, that'll be perfect.
Little off nose.
Yeah, even a little off nose, etc. Whatever. But I'd like to say nose because then it's a tough double.
And it would block the draw.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that draw's pretty much blocked anyway by that red, the high red.
Yeah.
The draw path to the shot lock is not available. This is her first log, right? Yep. Okay. All right, Ivy's lock is away here.
Close. Close. Looking good. No.
You're making an old lady happy.
Oh, who's this?
My mom is Cindy McGreevy.
Oh, is it? They're perfect.
She's telling me every time. It's something you said right there.
Exactly. Well, Cindy, we appreciate it because you are the only person who's actually commenting at the moment. So we're up to double figures in viewers now, people.
How do you tell?
It must be the commentary.
It must, exactly.
Where do you see the numbers? Oh.
Only one of them likes it, apparently. And I think that's you, Cindy, isn't it? Yeah, I know Cindy McGreevy likes it.
Were there comments?
Yes, it's Cindy McGreevy, who is a relative of, and has been rooting on the Schenectady team on Sheet B. This is what the stream is all about. It's a chance for.
A just had a really nice shot over there, a little tap back and a yellow is now.
Let's have a look. They are sitting 1, 2. They're certainly sitting 3.
I think there's one back there.
What happened here?
No, the one in the back. I see 4 yellow.
Oh, there is 4. No, it is 4 yellow. Yep. Yeah, yellow is sitting 4 with hammer. Yeah, but they are behind as well. So it's they're down at 8-3, sitting 4 with hammer though. And this is Broomstone's Riley Galatis' last shot. His jacket's off on the means business on this one. we seem to have lost a sweeper on. Riley seems to have lost a sweeper. So.
No. Why isn't she coming down this way?
It looks like we have shakes on B.
Oh yeah. Okay.
She ends up tapping the red one.
But she could.
Yes, she could go the other way.
But it's a 4-foot guard.
So we have shakes on B for the 4th event, and that's going to be the victorious Norfolk team coming out on top against a Schenectady team.
Come on, get it across. Come on.
Frantic sweeping to get over the hog. It's over the hog. It's well over the hog.
Good.
It's over the hog by quite some.
Good guard.
So a big shot coming here on sheet A. Brimstone sitting 1, but Nutmeg sitting 2, 3, 4. A nose hit could score 4. Sweepers are not touching this. I have a feeling this could be wide. It is wide. And flashes. Yeah, that was unfortunately, knowing that line pretty well. That's going to run pretty straight. So a little less weight would have curled that up a bit. But with that weight, it is going to run as straight as an arrow.
They still, no, they don't have a drop height.
Sheet C. We are into skip rocks. The applause here for the 4th event winners and finalists coming off. Norfolk, who were down 2-0 early, really kind of started to put the hammer.
Oh, you might get a corner.
No, it's not shot. So Patrick wicked in off of his corner red. I think that was the shot he was going for. I'm not sure he had much else. He did get across and cut them down from 2-1. So that's a steal of 1 for the Hackers, making it 4-3. We have a close game here on C. the crowd is enjoying it.
It's their best game yet.
Well, if you're going to do it late.
Yes.
They must be.
I think their faces were not their best faces.
There's a collective.
So we've now got just games being played on sheet A and sheet C. What makes it a bit tough to, from the viewer standpoint, is they are completely at opposite speeds. So sheet A is coming home in the 8th end, and sheet C is going away just in the beginning of the 7th. Team photos being taken on B. Oh yeah, why did I do that? That's I meant to do that and have that queued up.
She wasn't supposed to. I think she she's like, it's my room
She
now.
brought it out for young curling.
Yeah, she taped it all up. I saw that. I was like,
I brought it just yes, as you
My lovely wife has just come to the party. Commentators returned after having a quick discussion on who's picking up the dog food later with his wife.
Scored by about a foot.
think soon we're going to have one game to concentrate on. That'll be the game, which is a close game on C. It's 4-3 in the seventh end. Sheet A, they're just kind of playing this end out. They're coming back home. Why not just get some practice? It's going to be a victory for. Yes, exactly. Throw them back, relax, or just shake down, or just talk about it, or whatever. Yellow's like, we need to practice.
Yellow's not conceding to the
So here on sheet C,
no, no.
She could have.
This team, why aren't they going after that?
yeah, I have to say I would be hitting the open shot lock. I mean, it's you can of course curl around and yeah, but
Yeah, now they're looking at
yeah, I would. Yeah. This is the Zach who's the second is
it. To hit it.
no, that's not a hit. That's draw. That won't draw through the hit point. No, that won't. It's going to tick, I think, and actually we've tapped it to tapped it to the 4 foot behind guard. Possibly not the best outcome.
It's like 5 and under. I don't. Oh, she's trying to now split it. That's a card.
She doesn't have hammer. I think I would be trying to protect the.
I would go ahead and say
Not terrible. Well,
it would be better if it was like
but a draw on that line is, it's a little bit of a thorn. A little bit of a thorn. That's good. It's curling.
Oh, we have some other people.
It's gonna hit the tick the
Chris Hazard, thank you very much. We appreciate you listening. And Michael, yes, a nice win for Norfolk there.
No. Wait, what?
yeah, when
Yeah. Sorry.
it's kindergarten.
No, I kind of like coming around this yellow. I like this shot.
I like that too. Because there's,
If you like-
because the red, they can tap that up.
Man, well, for having
Yeah, it's, it is in.
Yes,
It is in. It's full 12 and certainly second shot. Unfortunately, we don't have a Farsi close-up camera, so I think yellow's sitting 3 here.
Yes. Red has a fighter on.
Yep. Yes. This is the final locks coming down on sheet A. The game is mathematically over. Jackson has a hit here just for his just to score them all one and tied up in ends one. We'll go with that.
Now yellow won. Red came and
Yeah, I think.
back and
Yeah,
sitting
yeah, I
right
think
there.
that. Yeah. All right, so it's handshakes on A. That's going to be Boomstones over winning over Nutmeg, the boys in blue, and oh, and there's much rejoicing. So we can concentrate now solely on sheet C, which is going to go definitely yet into the eighth end. They are playing a little slowly, but they're not timing on in the finals. So this is Ivy Neal's first skip rock. Red has hammer, Nutmeg.
Electing for a draw.
She's electing for the draw, being informed by her mum.
That's a center line guard.
It is going to be a center line. If it gets over the hog, it's going to be a center line guard, which will prevent the run back. It's over the hog. He said not confidently. No, it's not. Oh, all that effort expended, all those calories burnt.
Oh, it would have been beautiful. That was exactly what now they're going for.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's hogged. So Patrick now has a tap run back, depending on weight he wants to throw. He has a center line red, which he could run that back. Locks away here on C. It's got to come back a bit. Oh, here it comes. Oh, it's overcut. It's good. It's going to peel it out, I think. Yeah. That was a missed line call. Applause here for the Nutmeg and Broomstones teams coming off of sheet A. Well, their shot's now harder because now there's nothing to run back. So
it's not. Yeah, you can't run that back now.
Yeah. What you don't want to do is kind of give them the ability to put up a guard. It's so close you could actually use that and run that one back instead and peel them out. So it's I think red is definitely two. So
yeah, red's sitting.
Patrick is a lefty, which opens up the. No, that's not open at all. I take that. I retract that comment. There is no way that you can get to the shot lock. You maybe just be able to draw to it, but that's all. So centerline guard is the call here, we think.
I think she's still looking for the draw, but
Sweepers on it with a sort of a half effort. No, that was ice for a guard, the centerline guard, not the draw behind.
oh, they might get a draw.
Could be dangerous.
Well, that
I'm not sure that's good.
It's only dangerous
So-
because it's exposed. But
it's exposed, but if yellow's sitting two here. I just realised you're not looking at the right sheet. Only we're looking at the sheet. There we are, people. I apologise. So yellow, as you can see, is sitting 2. Ivy's last rock has come to rest. Top 4 centre. The question is, if he noses it, then it's still a steal of 1. Can he hit it on broom side and get the double? Is the question. And the answer is, the shot is there. We can see from here. It's a tough shot.
You said it runs straight down.
It runs pretty straight, yeah. But you've got to hit this a fair amount of. This needs some weight to it. It's very. This could work. Sweep it. It's going to nose it, I think. Oh, going to nose it. Yeah. So it cuts them down to 1. It was going to require a lot of weight to just keep it out on that line. So we are coming home tied. The excitement in the warm room is you could cut the tension with a knife. Again, and here's the Mexican wave again. The Mexican wave is happening. All 2 people. My wife is laughing. I'm not sure. Are you laughing with me or at me?
I'm laughing at you.
At you. Okay, that's normal.
Why would she ever laugh with you?
Yeah, every now and again.
Thank you.
Oh, look.
More water?
I'll All right, curling fans. We are back here.
And she's got other tops that she could put on.
Right.
The bottom. They wouldn't be pink.
Are we discussing fashion now here?
Water bottles.
Oh, water bottles. Sorry, I thought we were discussing fashion. All right, so we got the 2 views here. So we're tied. Nutmeg with hammer. First rock from the Hackers comes in, top 12. Out on the wing.
Yeah.
In the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Oh, Cindy McGreevy. Thank you, Mr. Commentator. Thank you for watching.
You put that as the.
I can do that if you'd like.
Well, I think it's.
Well, I was giving them a sort of a whole view of the sheet. So we're going to concentrate on near sea because that's the only game on the ice. I think as somebody said, it's the only game in town.
Regardless of the outcome, we'll keep
So Leeds' second rock for the Hackers is coming in. They're sitting 1, but with a red lock frozen. This is going to be a good centerline guard. Yellow needs to steal on this, so that could be a very useful rock later on in this end. Patrick looking to draw behind it. With that centerline guard, it's probably going to be a race to the forefoot. So she's asking his younger sister, Grace Libby, who plays lead for him. this looks a little tight and possibly feisty. Zach's indicating it looks heavy and it's probably going to come through the house. Ivy's ready to sweep that, but I think that's going to be just a courtesy sweep, and that's out through the house. Remember the 5 rock 3 guard zone rule. So that yellow in play, the yellow guard cannot be removed from play by red until the 6th rock is being delivered. So that's why that can stay protected there. So the shot here is either curl behind it or even another guard would be acceptable. I think actually I would go for another guard. This is looking a little heavy. And he's going to squirt through the back. Now, so now at the 3 guard zone is now out of play. Patrick is opting to draw here. I think other skips may choose to peel that rock. The way to look at this is the rock which is potentially going to hurt Patrick at the moment isn't actually the shot rock, which is that yellow in the 12 foot with the red in front of it. It's actually the guard, because they can curl around behind that guard. So he's opting to try and get there first. Plenty of room on this if it woes up. It's going to just clear the guard. And that was a nice effort by Zach. He managed to draw behind the guard, but hasn't managed to make a shot lock yet. But they definitely need to protect that shot lock. So Ivy is looking to put up a corner guard here, prevent them running that red-yellow combo out. Warm room here at Nutmeg is very busy. We've got the parents and for both draws here now. All teams get to play on Sunday in the Neon. So we've got the 12 o'clock first, second, and third event curlers and parents coming in. We've got the parents watching the end of the this draw. Food is being served, and bearing in mind how many teenagers we have here, the amount of food being eaten is. Cameron Momo's waving. Maybe I'll get the 2 skips of the 2 teams in the first event on the mic for a little bit. Give them a quick interview before we go. Another draw here on C, which is going to come up just light, but that's a really useful rock for red. They can tap that up. Ivy now is in a position, do I guard, which is the shot she has to do, or she could draw. I think I like this call. She knows she can't protect the hit and the tap, so she's opting to play aggressively and draw around the center line guards. She's trying to steal. There's 2 guards there, so she can draw around the 4 foot. Taps. Patrick Lava Cat's being called for the hit here, which is going to tap that. Well, that's a nice shot. Yeah, it's a red is in a very strong position here. They have taps. They're sitting 3. They obviously only need 1. It's whoever scores 1. Could be 4. Yeah, it's 4. But 2, 3, and 4 inconsequential since the game is tied. I would say the chance of the blank is pretty much gone here. So this will be resolved in this 8th end. This is Julia Cooney's second rock, I think.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be on the outside.
Trying to tap here. No, it's going to flash by, I think.
No. That doesn't help. What's it gonna do now?
Well, I disagree with that. You can always fake them out.
You have to understand something, though. Patrick will actually tell her the better shot.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good.
But it's one of those games that since you're not doing anything, it's like it's pretty obvious what you're doing. So
Patrick and Laura will actually tell her.
That is, they're all, it's all 12.
I am. So they're going for the tap as opposed to going for the draw on this side.
Yes.
Interesting choice.
Yes.
I think if we polled the warm room, the draw on the other side of the ice would be the more popular decision.
Yes.
But hey, we're not out there, are we?
I'm like, no.
No, we're not out there.
Oh, well, I think you're still
So locks away. I think this needs sweeping. That's going to be guard weight.
Oh, that could have been good, but it was heavier. No, why is she laughing at that?
All right, so, but she's still going to have the draw, so Patrick's got to be aware of this. I mean, there's always tap.
Maybe he'll draw to the side when she
Well, she can hit, but if not, she'll have the draw on the outside. She's got nothing she can really tap, and yeah, she's.
if he blocks the
The shot here is to be like, I would love like to be top 12 out and just make that draw harder. We are very wide, and this could be hogged, I think.
yes, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I would say she has one choice here. Yep. And it looks like the right decision is being made.
She's calling for the draw. Yep.
The danger is it's going to be right.
All right, curling peoples. This is it. She needs to draw behind the yellow-red guards.
To touch 8 foot.
And then they have
Oh no, she does have to be draw behind.
No, she's gonna be. Yeah, they don't have hammer.
Yeah, they don't have hammer.
Yeah. So
All comes down to this side.
exactly. This is why the skips get paid the big bucks to make these kind of shots. There could be extra treats. All right. She's talking to her sweepers. got to be aware that there's only one team out on the ice now, one game, so a little bit of frost could creep in out here. So I would like to think she'll take that into account, bring the weight up a bit. Line's good. Line's good. Sweeping for line. Oh, it's really curling. Yeah, it really curled. And that will be it on. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you must. Yes, that's Shakes on sheet C. Really well played game, fun, good entertainment, and a real close game. Nutmeg will probably hang a 3 or 4 on the board for what it matters. But it came down to the penultimate block in the last end. So that's it for the 4th, 5th, and 6th events. Come back in about 45 minutes and we'll be the piping out the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd event onto the ice. Thank you.